Hey, Abbott, what time is it?
It's time for the Abbott and Costello show. We're on the air for ABC here in Hollywood.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go with the Abbott and Costello show.
It's the Abbott and Costello Show, produced and transcribed in Hollywood tonight for your listening pleasure with Susan Miller and the music of Matty Malney. Hold on to your chairs, folks, for here they are, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
All right, Costello. My goodness, you're as frisky as a lamb tonight.
Well, why shouldn't I be? I'm wearing my little paper panties.
Sans. Where were you last night?
Oh, last night? I went to St. Patrick's party. Oh, boy, did we have fun. They had a game where all the fellas stuck their heads in a tub of water. And you had to keep your head in the water until some girl pulled you out and kissed you.
Who pulled you out?
The Los Angeles Pull Motor Squad. And then me and some girl, we started to play post office.
Post office? That's a kiddie's game.
Not the way we play it.
Look, tell me more about the party. Did you meet any new girls?
Oh, yes. One girl. I tried to get her to ask me for a date.
You tried to get her to ask you for a date?
Yeah.
You have to go after the girl, Costello. It isn't right for a girl to be too anxious. Why, would Headed Lamar throw herself at you?
No, but it'd be a nice way to play catch.
Costello, all you think about is girls.
No, Abbott, you're wrong. I'm not like the average Hollywood fellow. All they ever want to do is neck. I'm the studious type. I do a lot of thinking.
What do you think about?
Necking.
Before the boys get any further involved in nonsense, here's a thought that makes good sense. Sure, in this being St. Patrick's Day, Bing Crosby wouldn't dream of letting it pass without a touch of old Aaron on his program tonight. And appropriately enough, he's invited a wisp of a Colleen to appear as his guest star. Margaret's her name, Margaret O'Brien. You'll enjoy every minute of Bing singing and the banter between Bing and this wonderful little Hollywood lass. So don't miss this Bing Crosby show, guest starring Margaret O'Brien tonight at 10 in the East, at 9 elsewhere. And be sure to hear those other outstanding programs yet to be aired on ABC tonight. The hilarious Groucho Marx Show and the variety-filled Tony Martin Show featuring comedian Alan Young. For tops in radio entertainment every Wednesday night, tune in early, listen late for all our hit programs broadcast over most ABC stations. Lionel Barrymore in Mayor of the Town, Vox Pop, Abbott and Costello, Groucho Marx, Bing Crosby, and the Tony Martin Show featuring Alan Young. And now back to ABC's Abbott and Costello Show.
Cut it out, will you, please? What's the matter with you, Costello? What's the idea of the love song?
Abbott, I just got myself a new girl. She's beautiful. She's just like a peach.
A peach?
Yeah, the tighter you squeeze her, the mushier she gets.
What's her name?
Tessie Tinfoil.
Tinfoil?
I'm all wrapped up in that kid. I call her my little firecracker.
Firecracker? Why?
Because she's got red hair with bangs.
Now, just a minute, Costello. You say your new girl has red hair? Is she, Titian?
No, she...
Is your girl Titian?
Oh, what do you think she is, a baby? She's through Titian. She's got all her teeth happy.
No. Look, Costello, I'm talking about your girlfriend's hair. Does she wave her hair?
That's a very silly question.
Well, what's silly about it? Didn't you ever see my wife wave her hair?
No, but I saw her shake it out the window.
Oh, let's drop it.
I saw her do that, too. And her teeth with it.
I'll leave my wife out of this. Say, didn't I see you with that girl last night at the Palladium?
Yeah, we had a swell time. Suddenly the orchestra broke into a lovely waltz. I grabbed Tessie and I started twirling her around the dance floor. Around and around we went. And each time I twirled her around, she got taller.
Each time you twirl her, she got taller.
Yeah, Tessie's got a wooden leg and I was turning her the wrong way. And then I held her tenderly in my arms, and I bent her head way back. Slowly, she opened up her big, pink, watery eyes, and looking me right in the kisser, she said,
Hit the road, you bum!
"That's Mrs. Abbott, folks! Mrs. Abbott just come in. Look, Mrs. Abbott, don't scare the groundhogs, please. She's coming out to look for her shadow."
I heard that remark, you little sawed-off stuffed sausage.
Mrs. Abbott, every time I see you, I have a hard time holding my temper in.
Oh, that's ridiculous, Costello. Holding your temper in and letting the rest of you spread all over the place.
I wish you hadn't have said that, Mrs. Abbott. I was just going to compliment you on how nice you look. In that nice yellow dress, you look very appealing.
Oh, now, do you really think so?
Yes, banana peeling.
All right, you two, break it up.
Oh, never mind him, Bud, darling. I'm so happy this evening. Come on, dance with me. Oh, Bud, darling, I've never danced like this before. I'm as light as a feather.
Yes, you are, dear. Your feet are hardly touching the ground.
No wonder she's got her nose hooked onto your shoulder.
Costello, you must be very happy today. This is your holiday, St. Patrick's Day.
My holiday? I didn't come from Ireland.
Why, I thought you did. I read in a book where you were chased out of Ireland.
Me?
Yeah. It said in the book St. Patrick chased all the snakes out of Ireland. Oh, you pudgy little puffed-up python.
Mrs. Abbott, are you insinuating that I'm a snake?
Why, of course not, Costello. You couldn't be a snake.
That's better.
If you crawled on your stomach, your feet wouldn't touch the ground.
Betty, you shouldn't talk to Costello that way. He paid you a compliment this morning. He said your front teeth look just like pearls.
Oh, really?
Yes, and the rest of your face looks like an oyster.
Costello, that's not very smart, insulting my wife.
Now, let me handle him, Bud. Costello, suppose there was a jackass on one side of a river and 3 bales of hay on the other side of the river.
Yes?
Now, there is no bridge across the river, and the jackass can't swim. How does he get the hay?
I give up.
Well, that's just what the other jackass did.
Oh, Betty, that's using your head, dear. You gave him both barrels.
Oh, Bud, you always use your head and give him both barrels.
No, you use your head and give him both barrels.
Why, you use your head and give him both barrels.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just heard from a couple of old barrelheads.
Costello, it's not nice to hold a grudge and fight with Betty every week. Why don't you bury that old hatchet?
Why should I pay her funeral expenses? You married her, you bury her.
What night?
Costello, you've got to stop insulting my wife. She's very delicate and nervous. She's a very spirited woman.
She's what?
Spirited. She has spirits.
I knew it. The first time I saw her, I said to myself, that dame is haunted.
You're talking about spirits. I'm talking about spirit. The kind of spirit I mean is vigor.
Vigor?
Yes, vigor. Didn't you ever hear of vigor?
I hear him every week on the Life of Riley show. Vigor Odell.
Vigor, Odell. The kind of vigor I'm talking about is in a person's character, like spirit. And spirit is part of one's breeding. Spirit is inbred.
Spirit is inbred?
Certainly.
How do you like that? Now they're putting spirits in bread. Must be rye bread. No wonder it's gone up to 24 cents a loaf. I remember when they used to put raisins in bread and it only cost a nickel.
Look, I'm not talking about that kind of bread. I said spirit. Spirit is inbred. Now, take me, for instance. I'm full of spirits.
Is your spirit in bread?
Certainly.
How do you like that? He can't soak up enough of it out of a glass. Now he's dipping his bread in it.
Costello, we're talking about my wife's character. She has spirit. And that helps mold her character.
Yeah, she's one of the moldiest characters I ever saw.
Oh, Mr. Costello, say, my wife is very sick with the measles, and every week she listens to your show. Will you please do me a favor?
What?
Please don't go on the air tonight.
Why?
We want her to get well.
That's Abbott's nephew, folks, and I'm convinced that the guy is daffy.
What makes you think he's daffy?
Bud, last night he came over to my house and he shook the whole tree.
Well, lots of people shake hall trees.
And feel around on the floor for nuts?
Well, hello, boys.
Look, Costello, it's Susan Miller. My, you smell sweet tonight, Susan.
Oh, you sure do, Susan. What's that perfume you've got on?
It's called La Vie Partée. That's the life of the party, at $34 an ounce.
$34 an ounce? Get a sniff of this.
My goodness, what's that?
Ketchup, 10 cents a bottle.
Susan, do you and Costello have a date for tonight?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, now look here, Susan. I don't stand for any kicking around from any women. Are you or are you not going out with me tonight? Give me a yes or a no.
No.
Now let's try it with the answer I wrote in the script.
All right, it says here yes.
Okay, now meet me in Griffith Park as soon as it gets dark. I'll be carrying a lantern.
Costello. Costello.
Yeah?
You mean to say that you go out in the dark with a pretty girl like Susan Miller carrying a lantern?
Sure.
Shame on you. Shame on you. Huh. Why, when I courted my wife, we used to walk in the dark, and I never carried a lantern.
Yes, and look what you got.
On second thought, Costello,
Yes?
I don't think I'll go out with you tonight.
Oh, you've got to, dear. Oh, you must. You've got to. Susan, you're always breaking dates with me, and that ain't romantic. Don't you ever expect to get married?
No, I think I'll wind up an old maid.
Oh, why don't you wind up two of them, and Abbott and I will meet you after the show.
Costello, if you want to see me, you come over to my house tonight.
Nothing doing. I ain't walking down that dark street to your house. Last night I was walking down there, and a guy stuck a gun in my stomach.
What was he trying to do? Hide it? So long, Fatso.
You know, there's only one thing wrong with her, Abbott. She's a common sense girl.
Common sense, girl.
I'm common, and she can sense it. I know what I'll do. Loan me your car tonight, and I'll take her for a ride. That'll put me in good.
I know, but I couldn't loan you my car, Costello. You haven't got a driver's license. And you can't drive a car in California without a driver's license.
When did they pass that sneaky law?
That law was passed to protect the pedestrians. They voted for that law.
The rats. No wonder the drivers are always trying to hit them.
Just the same, if you want to borrow my car, you'll have to get a driver's license. Are you familiar with the procedure of obtaining a driver's license?
Oh, sure. You walk into the license bureau, they got a lot of charts and maps hanging on the walls, and books full of tests. Then you go over to the desk, put $5 in a matchbox, drop it on the floor. The man leans way over, picks it up, and gives you the license.
Costello, you can't get a driver's license that way.
It works in Pismo Beach.
And that's only half the fun, folks. Just as many laughs yet to come. But first, listen to this. It was about this time last year that a strange news story hit the headlines. A New York City bus driver, tired of going the same old route in the Bronx day after day, surrendered to temptation and drove his bus right down to Florida. Well, at some time or other, everyone wearies of repetitious drudgeries. That's why the wonderful variety of ABC's Wednesday night lineup is so welcome to radio listeners. Look at the brilliant fare yet to come your way tonight. Lots more laughs with Abbott and Costello, followed by still more hilarity over most ABC stations on the Groucho Marx Show. Tonight at 10 in the East, at 9 elsewhere, you'll hear the great Bing Crosby Show with Bing's special guest, popular little screen star Margaret O'Brien. Then immediately after Bing comes the star-studded Tony Martin Show, featuring comedian Alan Young. Yes, for a variety of outstanding listening, stay tuned to ABC throughout the evening. And now back to ABC's Abbott and Costello Show. Susan Miller, with the help of Matty Malnick's orchestra, makes friends with a lyrical character named Shawnee O'Shea.
Who do they say has a way with the ladies? Who do they plan as the man of the day? Who in his wink has a twinkle of Hades? Shawnee, oh, Shawnee, oh, Shawnee O'Shea. If he grows fonder beyond city limits, and he makes love till you shove him away, if he still spoons till the moon's getting dear, it's Shawnee, oh, Shawnee, oh, Shawnee O'Shea. Children cry, damsels die, ladies lie, spinster sigh for Shawnee O'Shea. And though he's quite a roue, they go for Shawnee O'Shea. Young and gay, old and gray, they all pray he will stay. He's quite in demand. In the city, he's the toast of it. He makes the most of it, 'cause O'Shea likes to play to the grandstand. Better beware, he's as fair as Apollo. Looking his way turns a nay to a yea, making each heart want to start in to follow Shawnee. Oh, Shawnee, oh, Shawnee, O'Shea.
Well, Costello, let's walk over to the License Bureau, and you can take your driving test. My, isn't it warm and dry?
Oh, yeah, the weather in California has been so dry that yesterday at Santa Anita, the first race was won by a camel.
Well, I hope you'll be able to get the driver's test. I hope you pass it, Lou. But why don't you try driving your girl's car?
I tried that the other night, Abbott. I parked in front of her house, but I just couldn't seem to get started.
Well, when you're parked and you can't get started, you should try choking her.
I tried that, and she belted me in the puss.
I'm talking about the car. You know nothing about cars.
Oh, I know all about cars. I read today where the auto manufacturers are making a special model for California drivers that will save them a lot of time and trouble.
What's that?
They're going to smash the fenders right at the factory.
Well, here's the Motor Vehicle Bureau. Let's go in and get your driver's license.
Just one moment. I have one person ahead of you. Now, I'll renew your license, but you'll have to be more careful. You had 3 accidents last year.
Don't worry, I'll be careful. Goodbye.
Hey, you gave a driver's license to that little 5-month-old baby.
Yes.
Gee, is it that easy for a kid to get a driver's license in this state?
Oh, it's not easy.
No?
No. First, he's got to get his mother's permission.
How about a license for Costello?
Well, now, first he'll have to take the test. What does it mean if the driver in front of you sticks his hand out?
Well, if it's a man driver, you can be sure of one of 2 things. Either he's going to turn right or he's going to turn left.
Yes, and if it's a woman driver and she sticks her hand out?
Then you can only be sure of one thing.
What's that?
That the window in the car is open.
Oh, let's get on with the test.
Miss Ketchum, please bring over the written test.
Yes, sir, here it is.
Abbott, look at Miss Ketchum. She's got that you look.
Oh, you mean that new look?
No, she's wearing an evening gown. You look.
Oh, never mind him. Let's go out and get an inspector to give you the driving test.
drive around the block? Did you ever have an accident?
Once I hit a truck and everything went white.
You mean everything went black?
White. This was a milk truck.
Now, never mind that. Suppose you're driving and a truck comes heading right for you. What do?
I blow my horn.
Your horn is busted. That truck is coming fast.
Then I put on my brakes.
Why, your brakes don't hold. The truck is nearly on you.
Then I grab the emergency.
Why, it ain't got no handle. That truck is thundering down on you. What do?
Then I call up my girl.
What for?
I say, come on down, honey. You're going to see the gall-darnest wreck you ever saw.
Talk sense, Costello. Mr. Inspector, how about letting Costello drive around the block?
Well, first I gotta know if he knows one side of the road from the other.
Oh, sure. That white line divides one side of the road from the other.
Right. Now, what is that white line for?
Motorcycles?
You know, I didn't think you knew.
How about getting in the car and taking the test?
Okay, here we go.
Costello, look out for that policeman.
Do you know what to do?
Oh, sure. I can go to the left of the policeman, or I can go to the right of the policeman, or I can... Or I can go over the policeman!
Well, up to now, you've driven on the sidewalk twice, run through 3 red lights, knocked over a cop. Now let's see you park this thing right over there between those 2 cars.
That's easy.
Well, you fooled me. I didn't think you'd pass.
Hey, what's going on around here?
Officer, Costello just passed his driver's test.
Oh, yeah? He was driving this car?
Yes, sir.
Let me see your license.
I ain't got the license yet. I was just taking a driver's test, and I passed, and then I was...
Oh, taking a driver's test without a driver's license, huh? Well, here's a ticket for you, Bud.
Well, you give me that ticket, and I'll be forced to say something to you that nobody ever said to you before.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Here's your ticket. Well, now what were you gonna say?
Thanks. I'll bet nobody ever said that to you before.
Come on, Costello, we'll get that ticket fixed.
Oh, maybe my Uncle Mike would get rid of it. Last week he got rid of Aunt May.
Could he get rid of the ticket the same way?
No, you can't shoot a traffic ticket. Hey, I know what I'll do. I'll go to the police station and pay the $5 fine.
Costello, I'm surprised at you. You think I'd let you, my buddy, go into a police station like a common criminal and pay a traffic fine?
Here we go. Listen carefully, folks. On this hangs the whole plot of the show.
Costello, I've got connections. Frankie the Fixer is a personal friend of mine. We'll go over and see Frankie. Well, come on, Costello. Right down this hallway.
I don't like this joint, Abbott. There's a lot of peculiar-looking people around here. Look at that guy scratching his nose.
Oh, lots of guys scratch their nose.
With their feet?
With... Never mind that. We're going in to see Johnny. Or Frankie. Or Frankie's the boy.
Yes, it better be Frankie.
Frankie, yeah. Frankie and Johnny I was thinking of. Well, Frankie's the one I want to see.
It has got to be Frankie, because it says so in the script.
I
I can't
said
make
so.
it Johnny.
But Johnny's his brother.
Johnny's whose brother?
Frankie's.
What's Frankie got to...
Frankie and Johnny.
Well, sweetheart.
All right, never mind. You know, I haven't seen Frankie in years. Come on.
Well, if it ain't me old friend Bud Abbott. Well, what are you doing these days, Bud?
Frankie, I'm now a radio comedian.
How do you like that? And they told me you were going straight.
Frankie, my partner Costello's got a traffic ticket here.
Yes, and if you can fix it for me, I'd like to do something for you.
Forget it.
But couldn't I do something for you?
Forget it.
I know, but
forget it.
Couldn't I do something?
Well, I am looking for somebody to bump off Killer McShane.
Forget it.
Frankie, how about the traffic ticket?
Now, look, Bud. You know I'm a big fixer in this town. Now, does it look nice for me to go into court to fix a lousy traffic ticket?
That did it, Abbott. Come on. I'm going to the police station and pay the fine.
Oh, no, you ain't. Any friend of Abbott's is a friend of mine. Now, here's what you do. I can't monkey around with a traffic ticket, but if you take Costello down to court and plead him guilty to first-degree murder...
That's it. I'll go down and plead guilty to murder, and then... Murder? Murder? What am I saying? I plead guilty to murder, and they'll burn me in the electric chair.
If they burn you in the chair, I'll raise the biggest stink in the history of Los Angeles.
You raise? What do you think I'll be doing?
Will the defendant Costello please rise? You have pleaded guilty to murder in the first degree. While we haven't been able to find the body, Costello, you've got such an honest face, we're going to believe you.
Thank you.
Louis Costello, I sentence you to be executed in the gas chamber. Have you any last request?
May I have a bottle of Airwick? Abbott, I've been in this cell for 5 days, and all they give me is coffee.
Well, stop swirling that spoon around in that cup like a madman.
I can't help it. I'm stare crazy.
Hey, here I am, Costello.
Hey, it's Frankie the Fixer.
Listen, Costello, it's all fixed.
You mean the judge is going to pardon me?
Not exactly. But I had you put in this cell for a reason. You see, the bars on that window over there is all sawed through. You're going to escape. Now break 'em off and jump out that window.
What?
Do as he says, Costello. You're due to go to the gas chamber in 5 minutes. Quick, jump out that window, quick.
Wait a minute! Jump out the window. This cell is on the 13th floor.
Costello, this is no time to get superstitious.
Abbott, get me out of here!
Now, before Abbott and Costello have their final fling, we bring you one more thought on this subject. You'll want to stay tuned to ABC tonight after Bud and Lou take their exit for the evening. Yes, there are 90 more wonderful minutes of star-studded entertainment still to be heard. Coming up next over most ABC stations is the mustachioed member of the Marx Brothers, radio's funniest ad-libber, Groucho Marx. And he'll ad-lib his merry way through the most hilarious quiz program on the air. Don't miss tonight's Groucho Marx Show, which is followed by the great Bing Crosby Show, guest starring America's favorite child actress, little Margaret O'Brien. After Bing's bang-up contribution to your evening's listening pleasure, hear the lilting Tony Martin Show featuring the riotous capers of comedian Alan Young. Next week and every Wednesday night, hear all the hit programs sent your way via most ABC stations. Mayor of the Town with Lionel Barrymore, Vox Pop, Abbott and Costello, Groucho Marx, Bing Crosby, and the Tony Martin Show featuring Alan Young. And now back for a final word from ABC's Abbott and Costello Show. And here are Abbott and Costello with a final word.
Well, Costello, I hope you've learned your lesson. We're very fussy out here who drives automobiles, you know.
Yes, I know. Yesterday, a cop pinched my Uncle Mike on account of fluid drive.
Arrested for fluid drive?
Yes, the cop said he had no right to drive when he was so full of fluid.
Oh, good night, folks.
Good night, folks. Good night.
Listen each Wednesday night at this time for another great Abbott and Costello show, produced and transcribed in Hollywood by Charles Vanda and featuring Susan Miller and Matty Malnick's orchestra. This is Michael Roy saying goodbye until this same time next Wednesday. Be sure to stay tuned for the outstanding entertainment which follows throughout the evening on this ABC station.